If you use your GEMS card to make a hotel reservation in advance, you may see an extra GEMS card expense for the hotel deposit, usually for one night's stay. In these instances, you must do two things: create an expense item for the deposit and deduct the deposit amount from your lodging expense itemizations. Click Next to see how this is done. Suppose you spent 3 nights at a travel destination and you reserved the room in advance using your GEMS card. The travel dates were for February 8th through the 11th. After entering the header information, click Next. In a moment, the report opens and the GEMS card expenses are shown on the right. In this example, there are 2 items. One is for the lodging expense itself, paid for on the last day of the stay. And the other is for one night's stay, which is the result of the deposit made earlier, as indicated by the date. Select both of the expenses and click the Import button to bring them into your expense report. Notice the 2 GEMS card items are now listed as expenses. You can tell them apart because of the earlier date on the deposit and by the lesser amount. As it stands, both say they require itemization, but we're going to change the deposit. Also notice the 2 amounts add up to the total hotel expense. First, let's change the earlier expense to a hotel deposit. Select the expense. Then change the expense type. We're looking for a hotel deposit, so begin typing the word hotel. And there it is on the list of expense types. Click to select it. Down below, enter a purchase description and click Save. Notice the expense changes on the left to a hotel deposit and no longer requires itemization. Now go ahead and itemize the lodging expense as usual. Click to open the expense. Then click on the Itemize button. The dates are shown and notice the number of nights is 3. Scroll down. Enter the daily room rate and the room tax, and then click Save Itemizations. Now the 3 nights itemization exceeds the total expense by the amount of 1 night's stay. Also, the total requested amount is too high. To fix this overage, you must also deduct the deposit amount by itemizing it within the lodging expense. Again, begin typing hotel to look for the hotel deposit expense type, and select it from the list. Scroll down. Enter the description. In this case, you'll be deducting the deposit amount. So enter the negative amount for the deposit for 1 night's stay. Click Save to finish. And the expense is properly itemized. The deduction appears in the list of itemizations, and the total amount requested is now correct. And that's how you expense a GEMS card hotel deposit. To see this again, click Replay. Otherwise, to exit, close this browser window.